recording. Action.
It's on.
No, that was me. I was just talking to myself.
Oh.
Hello.
I have an appointment to see the physician on the 27th of this month.
Okay.
That's just a a consultation.
Consultation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not surgery.
No. Good. Well, maybe not good if you're in pain. Probably you want to get that sorted. Do you know when the surgery is likely to be?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
I don't know why this thing should be working.
I can hear you.
Where the hell is?
Are they plugged in?
Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with your phone? Can you hear me all right, or am I too quiet?
Roger. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. I do have problems. Occasionally technology is a pain in the butt. And
Oh.
you see that white bit? That's the like padding is coming apart. So I'm going to have to get in and sew it back together.
So I don't know. I mean, my hand is bothering me somewhat when I play.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do the best I can.
Okay.
Pardon?
No, go on.
The other thing I have is my little flipper.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
It's supposed to lay down when it's not in use.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, really? But I hope to try to take the horn down this Saturday and have the repairman take care of it.
Yeah, cool.
And it might be a few days. I don't know. How long? The man's also recovering from surgery.
I don't think it would take a few days. It would just, if you can time it and they can be like, this is when I'm going to do it, and you drop it off then, it won't take long at all. All they have to do is solder it on, right? It's not, unless you have other stuff at the same time.
Well, he works. He used to be a horn player himself.
Yeah.
But he works for the brass, taking care of brass instruments.
Yeah.
And the schools are almost finished. The elementary schools.
So get in quick. Get in before the holidays.
Yeah, before all the other stuff comes in to be looked at and done over and all that garbage.
Yes, no, exactly.
So, what's it?
Cool. Yeah, they're really good. I'll send you. I haven't got my horn. I haven't got my horn this morning because it's just too much to navigate with everything else on. But I will send you, if I remember, I'll send you a video of my flipper. I've had to use like a hair tie in how it stays up because mine is too loose, so it falls down. It's a bit floppy. So I have a hair tie to hold it up in position. So otherwise you'll be playing along and it's resting on your hand. And then when you go to empty the horn, you move your hand and it goes, and so you need to have something to hold it upright. But I'll show you that later. Can we start with some Hector McDonald, please?
With what?
The exercise. 1 second.
And I appreciate your patience with this hand, Alex.
Why? You are most welcome. I don't think it's a thing that requires being patient for, Esther. It's just, certainly from my perspective, it's just what we're working with, isn't it?
Well, it's my patience then, because...
Yes, no, that's fair enough. That's a valid thing. I can understand.
Because I'm not a patient person when it comes to this type of thing.
All right, we're going to do exercise 2 on page 5. Now, before we do it, can you take the mouthpiece out of your horn? We're just going to blow air gently through the back of the mouthpiece a little bit. So, I'm going to keep a click, and I want you to take a big breath, and then blow air.
Wait, out of the end of the mouthpiece?
Yeah, so hold your mouthpiece up so I can see it. Yeah, the fat end, that's the cup. The skinny end, that's the stem. Can you just
thank you very much,
You're
Alex.
welcome. Can you please name those parts for me? Which is which? It's all right. I'm just making sure that it's in there. Go on.
Well, okay, the cup,
Yep.
and the stem.
Terrific.
Yeah.
So we're going to blow air through the stem, so through the skinny end.
That makes sense.
And for 4 beats, so it sounds like this. Like that. want you to use all of your air. You ready? 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Did you use all of your air? Cool. Can you take a bigger breath? So I want like a forte sound. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, off.
No, all right, start over again, Alex. I goofed up.
Ready? Ready, 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 ready. Ready, Freddy? 2, 3.
Hey, Alex. Hard
to play while you're giggling. 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Good. So it's fine. We're not judging. We're just observing, and we're just practicing our ability to blow evenly. So you blew too much at the beginning, didn't you? Yeah, good. So we learn from it. So hold back at the start, really work to get it out at the end. You ready? So I'm conducting. This is be ready. My hands are up, then your mouthpiece is up, ready to go. So on the lips, ready, ready. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing for 8 beats, Esther. What do you anticipate needing to think about to make sure that you don't run out too soon?
I don't use it all at once.
That's right. Good, good. Right. So nice big healthy breath, and just be very sensible in pacing of the air. So if you thought play twice as softly or half the volume, that'd be a good way to go about it. Okay. Instrument up. And I'll give you a 3, 4. So let's practice that. Let's practice that. So I'm going to conduct, and it's going to be 3, breathe, 1, like that.
Oh, okay.
So you got to be ready.
I'm sorry, I'm just not.
That's okay. They're all there is a myriad of skills involved with playing the French horn, right? And that's just on your own. Once you're in a group setting, like we are now, you need to get used to playing with a conductor. That's another skill altogether, the ability to make music with others. So, instrument up. 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, off. Good. You ran out of air, didn't you? Cool.
I used too much. Why don't we try it one more time, Alex? Come on.
Love it. Love it. I'm ready. Big breath, my friend. 2, 3, 4. That's it. 3, 4, crescendo. 5, 6, 7, 8, off. Well done. Well done. That was excellent. Yeah? Cool. So you can do it. And you can do it very admirably. It just took a few goes to get to that point. So this is something I want you to practice every time you engage with your instrument. Just air control. That's what we're doing, isn't it? Major tom to air control. Making sure that it's automatic. We don't have to think. We don't have to go through a couple of misfires before it's as needed. Yeah? Can we try 16 beats, Esther?
Sure, why not?
What's the focus going to be? What's going to achieve it for you? What's the very first thing you need to think about?
Just have a good quality air, one thing.
It's that. Fill up.
Fill up, and then let it out gradually.
Yeah, that's that.
Not poof, and then nothing comes out.
Good, yeah, that's that. So because our lungs are elastic, when they're full of air, they're under pressure, the air wants to come out. And that's fantastic. Sure. We can absolutely take advantage of that when we're playing loud, when we need energy and excitement in what we're doing. But we're not doing that now. We do need a lungful to play for a long time. But if we go bleh right at the start, then we're stuffed. Yeah, we're up the proverbial creek, as it were. So, full of air, really expand, feel like you've doubled in size, and then just sit on it. So if I imagine, another way you can think about it is I've got a candle on my finger and there's a flame, right? And I'm not blowing it out, I'm just making it flicker. Yeah, you don't want to go and blow it out. Yeah? Cool. 2, 3. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not bad. Off.
Shoot.
No, it's good. It's good. So just the fact that we're engaging with this, your airstream, your air control is already improved. Okay, cool. Page 5, exercise 2, Hector McDonald. Imagine while you're playing this that you're using the same airstream that you used over those 8 beats. So it's not super soft, it's not super loud, but it is just continuous air as we blow.
Oh heavens, wait a minute.
La, da, 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 da.
Oh, you have your piano. So where are you at that? Are you in the school or the studio?
I'm at a school. I'm in a studio at the school as opposed to
joy.
my studio. So anticipate the school bell going off every so often.
Oh, how exciting.
I tell you what, I'll turn my original sound doesn't need to be on because I don't have my instrument. So if I turn it off, hopefully it will suppress the school bell for you. Let's treat that as an experiment. All right. Exercise 2, page 5. C, D, F, G, F, E, D, C. Or for in the sound of music, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, mi, sol, mi, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Cool. And, Esther, if your wrist is being a pain in the butt, which it looks like it is,
Well, I'll
permission, my friend, to rest your bell on your leg if you're not doing that already.
Well, I have been.
Yeah.
But it's the left wrist, it's not the right.
Yes, I know, but the less weight on that wrist, the better, I would imagine.
Well, I also took off the
strap. Yeah.
Because it didn't allow. I couldn't reach this. I had to reach the hell.
The trigger.
The trigger.
Yeah.
And the strap was only about 3 inches.
You couldn't make it bigger? There was no adjustment in it?
There's no way to make it any bigger than that.
Okay.
But you still have to strap. Well, I can't. People say, well, they put all 4 fingers through the strap. I can't do that because you need the pinky. You need something. Yeah. I'm so accustomed to using that pinky.
Yeah.
That if I just have this type of thing, it slides.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's
fair enough.
Good.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right. Well, do your best. If it's hurting, we'll come up with some alternative ideas.
Well, what I can do. What I can do is also, Alex, is to just put it out of my mind.
Okay.
Sometimes, the more you think about it,
the worse it gets. Yeah. Give it a go. See.
Oh.
Esther, that was a beautiful breath. I really, really approve of that breath. That was lovely. Now, so the only thing, though, is just turning it around. Can you just play me a really healthy C? Can you just go, bah, like blast it? Just get that established. Oh. Nice. Good. So that is that's a very assertive approach to playing the French horn when you do it at volume. Oh, and it just works. Was there any doubt in your mind that it was going to work then?
No.
No, exactly, because you had that assertive approach to it. It had intent and deliberacy and determination, right? All of those things have to be a part of playing soft as well. So when we play this one, just making sure that it's still, yeah, give that a go. Really release the air with some energy.
Okay, what am I doing?
Nice. Very good. Now remember, you've got to sustain the air.
No, I'm not happy with that, Alex.
That's fine, but it's a good first attempt.
Well, I played this darn stuff before.
Good. Show me.
Sorry, I do growl a lot, that's for sure. Oh, and it's legato. I mean, it's a Esther. Last you. Come on. Okay. I'm so accustomed to playing A flat lately.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Continue. Continue. My job's to judge. Your job's just to play. Play.
I know. I'm just not happy with it, Alex.
That's fine. That's fine. Play unhappily. Go for it.
I'm not going to do that either.
Ooh.
Now, come on.
Nice. Do the arpeggio. You got a little bit confused fingering wise, but otherwise that was really good. Just the arpeggio. Do, 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 do.
No.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Esther, you're achieving such a fine, even quality sound these days, and it's really, really lovely.
Well, thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. I wish you were able to recognize that because it's very, very nice. It's really, really cool as a teacher to see you progress so well in that regard. Yeah?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. So, for you, the fingering coordination, I would say is your weakness, right?
Very much so, yes, it is.
Right, fair enough, fair enough. Not very weak, it's better than it's been, but it's still a limiting factor for you, right? So just making sure that the fingers are well behaved and well supervised, because when you put the right valves down, it actually works really well for you. So an exercise I'd like you to engage with is 4A, which I believe we've done before. Can we just do it 7 notes at a time? So from the first C up to the first E flat, and then stop.
That's E flat now. Thank you.
Nice. And can you count the notes for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7. Yeah.
Well,
can you
7.
say?
Okay, yeah.
Can you say 1 and a 2 and a 3?
Oh, 1 and a 2 and a 3.
That's that. So that's what we're playing. 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, but it's 2. It's 2-2, Alex.
It is 2-2. That's fine. But just for now, while we're feeling it.
Okay.
Cool. Say it again. 1 and a 2 and a 3.
1 and a 2 and a 3.
Terrific. Play that.
1 and a 2 and a... Oh. Okay.
Nice. Good. That's it. That's it. And then the next one from that same E flat we just finished. Listen. 3 and a 4 and a 1. Say that.
3 and a 4 and a 1.
Perfect. Can you say it with rhythm? 3 and a 4 and a 1. So keep it moving.
3 and a 4 and a 1.
Nice. That's it. So that has flow to it.
So 1 and a 2 and a 3. And a 4 and a 1.
That's it. So the whole bar would be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a... So for you, the first step to achieving flow and making sure that the music just keeps moving, because that's what we want. We don't want the music to stop just because we're finding it tricky, is to have that flow. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a... Just can we even just count in time? Because I'm not convinced all the time that you can. So without looking at the
Thank
music,
you.
you're welcome. It's good to have our weaknesses highlighted so we can address them. Can you say for me, without
Gosh.
looking at the music, can you just say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1? Go.
1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1.
Nailed it. Now say exactly that while looking at the music. That will take you from the first bar to the second bar.
1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1.
Beautiful, Esther. Well done.
Why are we... Never mind.
You're allowed to ask questions. Why are we practicing this? What's the point? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're practicing our subdivision. We're practicing our ability to have rhythm and flow separate from the instrument. What subdivision? Do you know what subdivision is? Do you know subdivide? Yeah, you take big beats and you break them down into little beats. All right? So even though we're in 2/2, right? Yes, we're in 2/2, but to me that's too big a beat. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's, I don't know, something about that feels harder than just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yeah. Cool. Can you say 1 and 2 and 3?
1 and a 2 and a 3.
Play for me the first 7 notes from the C up to that E flat.
Oh.
La da, 1 and 2 and 3. Oh my word, Esther. How wonderfully coordinated that was.
Well, thank you.
Can you say 3 and 4 and 1?
3 and a 4 and a 1.
Terrific. Play from the E flat you stopped on and go to the G. 3 and 4 and 1.
Okay.
Lovely, Esther. Oh my word. It's almost as if mentally having a clear idea of the rhythm in the subdivision allows your fingers to be coordinated. Let's try the next one from the G. 1 and 2 and 3. So A flat.
Do you want me to play it or say it?
Does it feel clear in your mind? Yes, okay, then from the G, and just be aware, G's, A flat and B natural are the notes we're doing.
Heavens, here we go again.
Ah, yeah, good. So there we go. Did you have that awareness before you were about to play? No?
Oh, I had...
G. Higher. Can you play for me a G? A nice big healthy G? That's it. Can you just play for me a G, an A flat, and a B natural? Just those 3 notes, just hear how they sound. La, la, la.
Oh, no. Wrong.
Hold on. Relax. Stop. Think. So what's the first note?
All right, there's a G.
G. Play a G on its own. And then an A flat. Higher. La. Listen, Esther, you've got this. Play the G. Do. Good. And then an A flat. That's too high. A flat is 2 and 3 in thumb.
2 and 3. Well, I remember that.
Yeah, good. Same thing as a G sharp.
Okay.
Pause for a second. So that what's the interval between a G and an A flat?
What's the interval between a G and a A flat?
Yeah, or a G and a G sharp.
Oh, don't do that.
Smallest interval there is.
It's just a...
Yes, correct. Say it.
It's a hoop.
Half step. That's right.
Half step. Yeah.
Exactly. You do know this. Be confident about it. What's the interval?
Half step.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Correct. So there's no notes in between. There's no notes in between. If you're on the piano, they're right next to each other. So play me the most confident G you can summon. The most beautiful, bold, brash G you've ever played in your life. Good. La. Be operatic. Nice. Very well done. Very good. So that A flat is being a bit evasive, I think, because your lips are doing too much. And also, I suspect you had the wrong fingering before, though I'm not sure because I can't see your fingers. 2 and 3 and thumb. La.
Right there.
Yes, that's
Thumb,
it.
2 and 3.
Yeah, terrific. Play that. La. Yes, ma'am. Can you go back and forth between the G and the A flat? No rush. And then a B natural, B natural. La. Second finger.
Yeah, that's right. No, hang on.
1 and a 2 and a 3. Well, 3 and a 4 and a 1. Yes, ma'am. Woohoo! There we go. So there's a lot to coordinate in there, isn't there? Right? Making sure that the air is continuous, making sure that the lips are moving in the right direction, making sure that the right fingers are going down and they're moving at the right time, in the right order, and that we have good rhythm. So all of those things are worth isolating and working on independently. Yeah? Cool. Now can you go from the B? La, da, 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 dee. So B natural C. Yes, well done, Esther. So that's an easy one for you. Here's the encouraging thing. Most of these intervals you can do second nature, right? Like that one you just played straight out of the gate. It was really good, wasn't it? So not all of this exercise, not all of it requires going over with such a fine-toothed comb, but some of the intervals are a bit of a hurdle for you. Those are the ones that I really want you to focus on. So like that the G to the A flat to the B, that previous one, that one needs refining, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. And it's the same for everyone. Like in the pieces that I'm working on for my own practice, a lot of it's really good and a lot of it's really good straight out of the gate. But at corners, that's what we call them, that's industry parlance for you. There's a couple of corners in it and they just get a little bit hairy and need some attention. And that's all. We're just ironing out the wrinkles. So natural that there's going to be a few wrinkles in our pieces. Absolutely. It's just making sure that we don't ignore it. Yeah, have the discipline. This is what we all have to work on. Have the discipline to be aware of and then address those discrepancies. Yeah, cool, terrific. Shall we come down? D D C D C D C B. Nice big breath. Ooh. This is the second line. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Esther, that pitch, that was lovely. You were spot on.
It was just wonderful, wasn't it? I just loved it too.
Well, no. Listen, it was correct. It was a D. You played a D, but it was so like trepidatious. Yeah. So it was correct, but it wasn't brazen. It wasn't bold.
That's one note, stupidly, I must admit, I struggle with. I don't know. Sam Hill, why? I don't know.
Okay, I have a theory. Why do you think it might be? What's challenging about it? I have a thought. Can I share my thoughts?
afraid to share mine. Yeah, go ahead.
That's okay. I think it's an attitude consideration
No, it's
for
not.
you.
Not that. It's not that. It's not that.
So what I
It's
just
not.
witnessed when you played, and you can, when you watch back, you can agree or disagree. It was accurate. It was beautiful, but it was cautious. All right. We didn't have that determination, that assertiveness that the horn requires, and that D requires it as well. So I think we're falling into that trap where we're trying too hard to be right, that we're forgetting to just go for it. Yeah?
Probably so, Alex.
Cool.
Probably
So can you just a few times hold your horn up, but we're not going to actually play it, we're just pretending. So if this is my mouthpiece, I'm going to go like that and just poof, just shove a bunch of air out of yourself. Ready? Like that at the mouthpiece.
Huh?
The horn up, and we're just pretending to play.
Oh.
So it's not on your face. There's daylight. There's about an inch between the mouthpiece and your lips, and just go. Nice. That was good with the tongue though. A few more, just like that. Keep going. Keep going. With tongue though, I see you're going foo. I want tuh. Yes, good. Now can you sustain it? Can you go and hold it? Nice. So that has attitude, it has confidence, it has assertiveness, it is quality airflow, and it is immediate. All right? That is what that D requires to make it feel easy. I guarantee it.
Why is that certain notes sort of bother horn players about things? I mean, what is it anyway? Is it an individual thing, as you said? Is it the uncertainty of it all?
So attitude is a huge component of playing any instrument, but especially brass instruments, and especially the French horn, right? Where we are in the register right now, that D, you can play a whole dang scale starting on that note. On thumb and 1 and 2, you can play an entire major scale going up. So all of those notes are right next to each other, right? So it's remarkable that you are as accurate as you are in that register, right? You're busy giving yourself a hard time because it's not perfect, but I don't think you're fully comprehending just how bloody difficult it is to be accurate in that register. So we're used, as you know, other instruments like a piano, for goodness sake, it's all the same. It is uniform, the space between each note. The French horn is not like that. The intervals, from our lips perspective, are not the same. And the bow end, they're ages apart. And as you ascend, they get closer and closer and closer together. So the bullseye is shifting. It is never the same. It's always different. So that's why it's so challenging to be accurate on the French horn. Now, to compound the issue is that loads of people, not just you, and myself included, even with all the work that I've done on it, we try to be accurate. And in our efforts to be accurate, we sacrifice or we neglect all of the things that will allow us to achieve it. Being accurate, focusing on being accurate, is not the priority. That is counterproductive. Focus on doing it well, focusing on the attitude and the technique and the intention, and just coordinate those elements. And chances are it'll be accurate and be beautiful, right? But it's when we try and control the results and sacrifice the process that the result sucks. Let go of control, prioritize and focus on the process, and boo, it works. Right? So just a couple of times, hold the horn up to your face and just go, right? Just show me that air. Nice, Esther. Chances are, if you did that, it'd be pretty good. Even if it wasn't accurate, it'd be easy. Right? And so once we establish ease, then we can work on coordinating the pitches. But that's the order.
See, that's my main, one of my main problems is that I'm so focused on trying to be accurate, because on what I do with
Yes.
my other artwork, I have to
Yes.
be accurate.
Yes. I know. You have to be accurate on the French horn as well, but focusing on being accurate is not what will achieve it for you. So that's the hard bit, is learning to let go of that, to discard that desire to control it and to be accurate. Just let go of that and focus on the things that will achieve it for you. It's far more similar to baking.
True.
Right?
That's right.
You look at the recipe. What's my recipe? Okay, I need egg, flour, butter, sugar, chocolate chips. I'm making some chocolate chip cookies because that's what I've been doing of late. All right, terrific. I need one egg, a cup of brown sugar, a cup of flour, teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Terrific. Now, what's the order? Okay, I melt my butter, and then I mix in the sugar, and then I mix in an egg and some vanilla. Terrific. And then I add all my dry ingredients, pile them up into little bits, put them in the oven for X amount of time, and that gives me the result of some delicious, delectable chocolate chip cookies that I have no self-control and eat all of them in one sitting. You're doing it backwards. You're going, I want a cookie. Right? That would be really silly if you were baking, but that's the approach you're taking on the French horn, as opposed to, okay, I gather my ingredients. These are the things that I use. Are they quality? Have I got the right measurements? Am I doing them in the right order? Am I baking them for the right amount of time? Right?
Well, one thing you can do with that recipe, just on your recipe, Alex, how much flour do you use in your cookies?
A cup. Depends, but a cup from the top of my head, and some oats, actually.
All right. I would use 2 cups.
2 cups of flour. Why is that?
When I make chocolate chip cookies, I add 4 cups of flour to my cookies.
Wow.
Why? Because otherwise it calls for 1.5 cups of flour. The problem is they're thin. You've got little volcanoes sticking up in the cookie where the chocolate chips are, okay? Mm-hmm. And you pick them up, and instead of being nice and firm, they're like that, and they get...
Yeah, they get a bit saggy. That's right. So, we're getting distracted, Esther. You're getting distracted. You're taking the wrong lesson from my metaphor. So, here's the deal.
I understand what you're saying, though. I ought to just go ahead and leap and not worry about being accurate. Just let it flow. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just hit it.
But yeah, that's right. But the point being, yes, we want the cookies to be good. But we understand at a very intuitive level that the thing that will make the cookies good is the quality of your ingredients, the right measurements, and the right baking time. Right? So bake me a musical cookie. Do, la, dee. Beautiful, Esther. Beautiful. That might be too high. Can you play it? Hold on. Middle C. That's it. D. La. Now think. So 1 and a 2 and a 3. Say that for me. Say it.
1 and a 2 and a 3 and
Terrific.
1.
Look at your valves and say that as you move the valve. So D, C, D, C, D, C, B. So say 1 and a 2 and a 3 and move your valves at the same time.
Oh,
D.
No, it's not. Oh, you just want me to start with a C?
On the second line, starting on the D, going from D, C, D, C, D, C, B. Can you look at your valves and say it? 1 and a 2 and a 3.
1 and a...
So be... Look at me. Here's D. 1 and a 2 and a 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Bum, 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 bum.
Huh.
Can you do that?
What, with my fingers?
Yeah, hand up, left hand. So thumbs down, because we're D the whole time. So it's D.
D. Oh, wait.
There we go. C.
C.
And can you just go 1 and 2 and 3?
1 and 2 and 3. Wait.
B, because we're landing on a B.
B.
That's it. Nice, Esther. Do it again.
With
1
my
and
fingers?
a 2 and a 3. Yeah.
One. One and two.
No,
and
1 and a. 1 and a. 1 and a 2.
One and a two. The two
Yeah.
is a C then.
Yes, that's right. 1 and a 2 and a 3. You got this. You've got this. But it's worth working on because it's challenging you. All right. So even if holding your hand up is hurting, don't worry about that. Right. But just be aware that ability to connect the rhythm, 1 and a 2 and a 3, and to vocalize it, we've already observed that that's very beneficial for you. To then coordinate that with the fingers, 1 and a 2 and a 3, away from your instruments, is going to be worthwhile, right? If when you go to play, you go D, and then your brain goes, ah, and all the wrong things happen, then doing it on the horn is too complicated, right? So just observing what your fingers are doing, right? And really, really keeping them under supervision. So the fact that I can, here's a C major scale, and I can hold a conversation with you at the same time and not think about what my fingers are doing. They just do the work, right?
Well,
and you have to take my word for it that was the right fingering for a C major scale, and that I'm not just being random, but it is, right? So automatic.
of course. Well, because I mean, yeah, I would hope so you do it that way.
Totally, but I've done so much practice of exactly what we're talking about now. I'm just sitting there on my instrument, or look away from my instrument even, just looking at the music and going bum, 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 bum. And I'm articulating the rhythm, so I've got an external intention. It's not just in my brain, right? Bum, 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 bum. 1 and a 2 and a 3. And then 1 and a 2 and a 3. And just making sure that it's coordinated and lining up. So that's what you need to do some work on. 1, identify what the notes are. 2, identify what the rhythm is and practice subdividing it and vocalizing it, and then seeing if you can coordinate those things. Cool. Can you pick a D out of the blue for me again? Oh, beautiful, Esther. Beautiful. Well done. Really, really well done. You want to fill it up a bit more air, a bit more sound? Holy moly, young lady, that was lovely.
Thank you.
Well done. So, how did you achieve it? That's worth reflecting on so that you can repeat that in your own practice. We didn't actually spend that much time playing the damn thing, did we?
No.
No, we did one really good repetition just then. But how did we get there? We identified the ingredients. We identified the recipe. We had really crystal clear mentally of all of those facets. And then we played it and it was good. Gathered the recipe, made sure they were good quality, the ingredients, execute the recipe, boom. Good. All right, moving on with our lives. Can we please hear your piece, Girl with the Flaxen Hair? The Debussy.
Oh, sorry, I was letting your stuff soak in what you were saying.
Good. Good.
What part of the piece?
Why don't, hold on, let me find it first. Girl with Flaxen Hair. Boom.
Stay there.
Okay, let's look at the third line. Bum, 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 bum. That phrase, because it's lovely. Now, I just want to apply some of the same concepts that we were doing for that exercise to this piece. So we're going to vocalize the subdivision of that line leading up to the A flat. So I'll say it for you. This is from the upbeat into bar 12. And a 1 and a 2 and 3 and. Can you say that?
And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and. You're on bar 11?
Yeah. So from that C. Yeah. So the 16th notes, those are the and a 1 and a 2, and then we've just got straight quavers. So it's 2 and 3 and, like that. And a 1 and a 2 and 3 and. Can you say that?
And a 1 and a 2
and 3 and.
And 3 and.
That's it. Right? So every beat we can subdivide. So if it's just straight
quaver. Okay, yeah.
So if we're in 3, listen, I can go 1, 2, 3, and those are the whole what do you call them? Quarter notes, the crotchets.
Right.
If we want quavers, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. If we want triplets, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. If we want 16th notes, 1e and 2e and 3e and. Right? So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, which feels heavy, 1e and 2e and has a bit of flow to it.
It has a bit of flow, yeah.
Yeah. So we're just practicing our ability to go and a 1 and a 2 and 3 and. Can you say that?
And a 1 and a 2 and 3 and.
Terrific. And so all of a sudden it's got real flow when you do it.
And a 1 and a 2.
Yeah. Cool. Can you play it? Bum, 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 bum.
Wait a minute, Alex. This is your 16th note, so if you had that C that would be held, then you have the thing, and the F would be held a little longer too.
Correct, yep.
The one thing I've noticed about this crazy thing is I've wanted to use a C and the C's not there. It's going up the stairs, if you notice.
I do, yeah.
Of course, he's skipped a few other notes too.
Yes, that's right. So C, E flat, ba 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 is and a 1. Can you just play that for me? Those 3 notes.
The which?
The first 3: C, E flat, F, and a 1, and then stop. Oh my goodness gracious, that was lovely. Start on the next note, the A flat, and a 2. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
So start on that A flat. So just from the A flat. A flat. That's it, exactly like that. To the D flat. Lovely. Once more, really nice and smooth with great determination. Nice. See if you can blow more through it. Yes, Esther, that's a good one. Now start on that same D for donkey, D flat.
Start on the, what did you say?
Start on the D for donkey, D flat. So 2 and 3 and
D flat. Okay.
Nice. Yes, my friend. Now here, listen. We're slowing down. So can you please say 2 and 3 and?
2 and 3 and.
No. 2 and 3 and.
Oh.
2 and
2
3.
and 3 and.
That's it. So that is the pace of this piece. It's never random. 2 and 3 and. Can you do that for me on your horn? Da, 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 da.
That's from the E flat.
D for donkey, D flat, D
Oh,
flat,
D flat.
because that's the second beat, right?
Yeah.
Right, so 2 higher. Hold on. D flat, da. Hold on. That's it. Nice, correct. Can you put more air as you go higher?
Yeah, wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute, Alex.
With the right valves, otherwise.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, wait a minute. No, I catch myself playing this thing. What I love is going down. There's another trick, and I love it because I've been practicing and practicing, trying to keep from because the A and G and F just fall right in place.
Good. Yeah, they're sounding really good.
If you get a high A, then you go down, and it just goes down a couple of steps automatically.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Good. Can you play that for me? D, E, F, A flat. Woo. Carry on. A flat, 2 and 3.
Thank you.
Right. That was a lovely A flat, Esther. It's really coming along.
No. Stop it, Esther. Come on. I get just a little bit ticked at myself because I'm always trying to play that F before it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. So this is what I was talking about before. Your biggest point of focus needs to be the valves. Making sure that we're putting down the right valves when we need to, right?
Well, since I can't play the G open anymore.
Yes, you can. Why not?
Well, you told me I couldn't.
Which G? The high G?
The high G. The high G, you told me I couldn't play. You could play open.
It doesn't sound like something I would say, Esther. What did I suggest to you to play it on? So the fingering, just so we're clear, is A flat, and then we keep the thumb down, G, F, E flat.
Well, see,
and the G and the F are on the same fingering. That doesn't change.
Right. But when I'm talking about open, means you don't have the thumb down.
Okay, fine. Thumb. G, thumb, E flat, A flat, G, F. Yeah, Jesus. A flat, G, F, E flat. Da.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Now have a listen. So we just got to bar 14, that A flat you just played, where it says pew piano, right?
Yeah.
So the subdivision that I want you to work on, we'll take the ties out for now, would be 1E and 2E and 3 and 1E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 1E and. Can you say that? So that's the bum 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 bum.
Okay, 1E and 2.
2E and. Yeah.
2E and.
Yeah, so it's just 1E and 2E and 3E and 1E and. Say it. 1E and 2E and 3E and.
2E and 3E and.
Yeah, good. And then 1E and into bar 15.
Bar 15. Oh,
Yeah,
one and yeah.
that's it, exactly. So I'm just going to say it for you. Listen. And when you watch back this lesson, I would like you to practice speaking this section with me. So ready? 1, 2, 3. 1 and
One
2
and
and
two
3
and
and
three
1
and
and.
one and
Good. Now
two.
you just listen because otherwise it's confusing because there's a delay. So this is for future Esther, so she has a clean slate to follow along with. So you just listen right now. You just 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and. And that's bar 14 into bar 15. That is, we've taken the ties out. So now we'll put the ties back in and have a listen. 1 and, E and, E and, E and. So I'll sing it. La. 1 and, E and, E and, E and. Because that's the music, right? So here's another one for you to practice singing along with. Clean slate, so present Esha. 2, 3. 1 E and, E and, E and, E and. All right. Da, 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 da. 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1. You notice how I'm not saying every beat of the bar? Yeah, it's because those notes are tied. So if you look, for example, bar 17, C, B, A, F, that second F of that bar is tied. So it's 1 and a 2, 3 and a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 1, 2. Like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Really, really good. And so bar 33 on the last line is a great example because that's another one where we only say the first beat of each bar. 1 E and E and E and E and E and E and 1. All right,
Yeah,
but
I've understood.
good. So ties confuse things. So in the short term, if you go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and, totally fine. Right?
Well, I don't find it that confusing.
Good. Can you say for me then? Can you say for me then 1 E and E and E and E and? And I can hear your clock ticking away in the background. It's an excellent metronome. Can you use it as a metronome now while you say that?
One and huh? What
Well,
are you talking about?
you're getting slower. So the tick, tick, tick. 1 E and E and E and E and E
Okay,
and E and E and.
I say one E
That's it. That's it.
E
That's it.
N.
So even though it's tied, even though we're not speaking or playing the beat, you still have to feel it and react to it. 1 E and E and E and E and E. I have to feel that. We don't want it to come across in the music. You don't want to go
No,
la.
no.
That's defeats the purpose of the tie, doesn't it? So in your practice, making sure that mentally you've got that clear and you can verbalize it and vocalize it really, really effectively. And then separate from that, you've practiced da 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 da. You know the valve pattern, and then see if you can marry it together. Okay, cool,
Sounds like a good
nice.
rock. Yeah,
It's good progression.
sounds like
Yeah,
a good homework.
it is. So I mean, I think people, it's that desire to have a great result. We really, really want it to sound good, and it's totally understandable. And I'm here to help you achieve that. I'm here to help all of my students achieve that. in the short term, while we're practicing it, we have to just let go of that final image, that final product, and just gather our ingredients, study the recipe, and go through that process. That's what gives you a good result, a good outcome, a good cookie, as it were. Okay, cool. So give yourself the permission to simplify it and to just break it down into its individual layers, and do a lot of singing, just as we've done today, the 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, all right? So those are 16th notes, 1E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a, right? That makes sense. What do 8th notes sound like, Esther?
Probably one, you know, 1 and 2 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, that's right. Triplets, triplet quavers. There's 3 per beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2.
Wait a minute. How many beats are there in that? Okay.
Well, we're in 3/4. We're in 3/4 here. If we were in 4/4,
right,
it'd be different. But the subdivision stays the same.
You look at measure 21, Alex.
Yep. Do you mean 22?
Excuse me. 22, yeah.
Yep. It's got some triplet 16th notes in it, doesn't it?
Yeah. But that would be just the one beat, though, would it not?
It's in the first beat. Yep. So there's 2. You can see how it's grouped into 2. There's the first F, the first 8th note F in bar 22.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 1 8th note. The second full beat of the bar is the C. So those triplets, those triplet 16th notes, they equal 1 8th note.
Right.
So if 8th notes are this speed, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and, on the and, you have to fit in 3. 1 and a 1, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum. 1 and a 1 and, right? So that bar, 1 and 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 1 and a. Yeah. Bum ba 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 bum ba ba da. Cool. So I think I might have this somewhere online already. If I haven't, I'll record it again. But I'll just do a version of this, just me playing as written, top to bottom, with great rhythm and very, very predictable, for you to practice playing along with as well. Yeah, just so you've got that record.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's lots of, I think, to my mind, there's a couple of ways we can approach music. One is theoretical and understanding it, right? And I want to help you as much as possible be able to unpack things for yourself. That's all well and good.
I understand that, but I thought you were saying that I was coming up pretty well with this, so I don't.
Who's saying you're not?
Pardon?
Who said you're not? I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that's the case. It's just good. It'd be beneficial to have that record so that you can see the discrepancies between how I'm playing it and where you're playing it. So if I do something that you don't anticipate or it catches you by surprise, then go and figure out the subdivision and work out why. So where's that gap in your understanding of the piece that is causing how I'm playing it to be surprising? And I'm not going to do anything intentionally to be surprising. I'll play it exactly as it is on the page. Okay? Yeah, good. Great. Can I give you another bit of music to start working on?
Of course.
Cool. So I do believe you've got the music for it already. Yeah, so you know A Little Night Music, and we did Maria within that.
Yeah.
In that, I would like us to work on Summertime.
I don't know that I have that. Let's see.
And I can send it to you again if needed. That's the work of a moment.
Okay, yeah, I do. I have that, yeah.
Good. All right. So your goal is
With
to
the
work on.
wonderful high Fs. Oh, you're wonderful. And thank you, Alex.
You can play a high F sharp. That's very easy for you.
It is.
It is terrific. It's good. Right. So your goal is just to see where you can get with this on your own before our next lesson. Right. 3 and 1, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 3. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. That's right. So practice.
Yeah.
That's it. You know how this goes. So practice doing it like I am, right? So I'm vocalizing the subdivision. That bar we just got to, bar 8, 9, 10. 1,
Yeah, it's a
2.
very pretty.
It's beautiful, but that bar, for example, the polka row bar would be C and 1 and there's very few strong beats. Most of this music is and. Isn't it? Yeah. So just having that awareness. Cool. Great. We'll leave it there for today, my friend. So if you can have a look at Summertime, and really just treat this as a challenge week. We're just gonna really learn to understand the underlying subdivisions of each of these pieces. Yeah.
And I'm not saying you weren't telling me that I was doing. No, I mean you told me I was coming along with this flaxen hair piece.
It's okay. Yeah.
And I mean I feel I have been.
Good.
I've been trying to follow your the rhythm, but yeah, it'd be good to see how you play it. And that would tell me how I would do it, I would do it. Because I tried to, I might not have captured it as well as you have.
It's not that. It's more just like having the flow of the piece is often where amateur players stumble, right? That's the typical thing of prioritizing the result at the expense of the process, and lo and behold, the result's not all that good as a result, right? So having the ability, the bravery to let go of control and just allow it to be what it will be while you think about the process is the challenge. Yeah, cool. All right, I'll leave it there for today.
One other thing, Alex, I sent you a music piece from Mr. Goldstein, from Jerry Goldsmith.
I'll have a listen
Air Force One.
Cool. Oh yeah. Nice.
Have you heard it before?
No.
It has similar rhythm to what this piece is of the flaxen hair. But it's a very, he uses all French horns, the first part of the first fanfare, the opening thing.
Nice.
And it is just, I mean, you got all these, and they're not playing together. They're not, so many pieces I listen to the horns and they're playing the same darn thing. All four, the whole section. But these people aren't playing the whole same thing. They're doing other things. They're not, I don't know how to explain it. There may be 8 horns, and 4 of them are doing one thing, and 4 do something else.
So it'll be independent. Yeah, we like that.
But I don't know whether you've ever heard of the composer. Of course, he's dead now. But he did a lot of fantastic. He loved the French horn, and he's one of my favorite composers.
Okay.
So you should listen to that, because I really think you'd like it. It has a very strong piece, very strong.
Cool. Nice. All right. I think I found the recording of it, so I don't have to record it again. I'll send this to you, and I'll have a listen to that piece because it sounds really good. But I'll see you in a fortnight.
Yes.
Great.
Listen, Alex, thank you.
Pleasure. As always, Esther. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah.